away.
Oh.
But all of a sudden, it's gone wrong again. A positional mistake this time. He's just replaying that. Don't know why. He's going to have to play either the 4 bank shot or risk the 4-9 combination, and it's not a certainty.
No, and the 4-9, I don't see a great safety result if he misses that 9 ball.
There's no safety here. He's going to play the bank or the 4-9 and screw to safety.
Oh, I know, but I was looking for a two-way shot on the combination so that if he missed it, that the 4 ball might roll safe. And that's going to be tough to do because he's got to hit it straight on. Whoa! Let's not worry about safety. Let's make these extremely difficult combination shots and jump out to another lead. Efren Reyes leads 5-4.
Welcome back to the Cardiff International Arena. It's the 2003 EmpirePoker.com World 9-Ball Pool Championship, and Efren Reyes, the master of 9-ball pool, has wrested control of this match once again from an unexpected first-round opponent, Johnny Archer, who would have liked to have played in a final, not the first round.
Well, he has control, but he also has a break shot, and you can lose control easily on a break shot. What's the 6 ball going to do? It's going to stay out of the way, and he's still got control. He's got a shot on the 1. Look at the bottom of your screen.
Rodney Morris getting through against Fabio Petroni. Warren Kiamco losing to Mark Holtz from Switzerland. Jeff Dunn from Scotland losing expectedly, I suppose, to Neil Fyan. Young against Tan, was it that expected?
Yes, Young is the strongest guy in Korea. He's an amazing player.
Steve Knight under pressure.
Keep watching that ticker at the bottom of your screen and glance up to watch the master play.
Nick Vandenberg against Kevin Smith is our next match here on the match table. Kevin Smith from England, Nick Vandenberg, part of the Moscone winning cup team, the European Cup team.
A little bit of a challenge coming up on the 5 ball, depending on where the cue ball lands. Oh, he's just going to draw it straight back. Yeah, now he has a huge area to work into.
Yeah, another left-handed shot. Well, I don't know.
Well, that does change things, obviously.
Somehow he's going to have to try and get back into the middle of the table for this 6 ball. Doesn't want to collide with it. Now he's got a trickier shot to get on the 7. Well, that's not ideal, really, is it?
Not at all.
Can he avoid contact with the 9? Then it's okay. He can come back out into the middle of the table again, or back down the table.
He's going to have considerably more distance between the... Oh, he's not. He played that angle tight.
Don't go in off. And get going, he thinks. He's just got enough to be able to cut this ball in. So he's going to have to cut the ball in and go twice across the table to roughly the same position as the cue ball's in now.
Efren normally plays such a conservative game. That shot was a bit of a surprise, but it's all worked out.
That's all he had. Twice across the table, keeping the cue ball roughly on the straight line. So has he got enough speed? He's a little bit short of pace, but he should be okay from there. He'll be able to spin that cue ball off 2 cushions and back out to make the 9 an easy option.
This will complete 3 consecutive racks for Efren. Boy, either one of these guys gets to the table. The other one gets a long rest.
There haven't been any tactically critical outcomes of matches framed so far. Good rack win there for Freyes. At some stage in some of these longer race matches, there becomes a rack that is a bit of a nightmare to unfold, and it can be a turning point. As yet, most of the play's been open.
Well, it has indeed been open, and frankly, I'm looking forward to one of those racks where there's a lot of ugly balls tied up, and they have to play safeties and play strategy. There's no one better at strategy than these two. And here's 2 more players good at strategy. Corey Deuel on your left, talking to his good friend, Rodney Morris.
2 great talents there. Corey Deuel hasn't had the best of the action here on the match table this week, but that doesn't mean to say he's not one of the favourites. And the X factor, Morris coming back to the fold of pool players. Nobody knows what he's capable of.
To break, leading by 6 racks to 4.
Watching their fellow compatriot Johnny Archer. I don't know how they all get on. They seem to get on very well when they're part of the Mosconi Cup team. But they're just watching a great match between two masters.
Yeah, really, they're all good friends when they're not playing pool against one another. They're playing golf with one another.
Johnny Archer, no mean golfer. Corey Jewell taking the game up and enjoying it. And obviously, a little bit of fresh air never hurt anybody. And I should think now Mark Williams has just about reached the first hole after playing 7 or 8 decent hacks. And he's now going to 3-putt for an 11.
Well, if he's like me, the most critical part of his golf game is taking enough golf balls to the course to complete the 18.
Golf and snooker and pool, all similar games. You must have no more than 200 thoughts on your backswing. Ooh, he's gone a bit close to the middle, but he's okay.
Still a fairly open table here. A little bit clustered up. 6, 7, and 9 are kind of tight, but should not present much of a problem. Boy, you know Archer would like to see a break happen where there's some balls tied up.
Well, got to get back to the table somehow. It was a 5-ball mistake that led him back in last time. No problems with that one. And you can't really say that there's any problems for the rest of this rack. 7-4. It's a race to 9. The last 64 here at Cardiff. It goes up to race to 11, I think, for the last 16. And the final is a race to 17. A true test, other than the fact that people would like it always to be longer, to make sure that that luck element was taken out of the equation. But still the greatest test of 9-ball in the world. And Reyes has proven the master of most of those tests, and I think in his time has probably won just about everything.
When Reyes completes this rack, he will have matched Archer's effort of running 4 racks in a row. This will be the 4th consecutive rack for Reyes.
Totally different pattern of play we're seeing here as Reyes knocks his ball in.
Well, Johnny continues to rest in the chair while Reyes gets to exercise his arm and keep it warm. That's the terrible thing about Johnny being in that position. The arm just gets colder and colder. And the confidence factor now, as Reyes gets close to 9 racks, the confidence goes away on Archer's side and the tension starts to set in.
And obviously it's not like Efren Reyes has clincher's disease. He can get over the line whenever he needs to. So Archer's hoping that something goes wrong off a break-off. But we are seeing a pattern emerging, a slightly different pattern from the alternate breaks from the league phase to now winner breaks, that players are starting to win racks in blocks. And then you've got to have the mental strength to try and get yourself back into it. Counter-punching.
I'm curious to watch this break, Steve, because now that Reyes has a bit of a lead, will he pull off the break shot a little bit and try and gain control for sure of the cue ball?
And to make sure he just doesn't lose control, or will he give it everything and try and win the match in one visit, so to speak? If he can get to 8-4, he's definitely a favourite.
Well, it looks like he tapped it pretty good.
Oh, he's got a result there.
Oh, man.
Monstrous result.
And Archer's was just in his chair, just shaking his head at that result. He thought he was going to get to come to the table. And at the last moment, an alley opens up.
Oh. You know, you sit in your chair and you're sort of watching 8 or 9 balls whizzing around the table. Your brain's like sort of all over the place. Your eyes are flicking around, seeing where there could be a problem for the other guy. He must have thought he was in with a chance there.
Johnny's quite frustrated at that when those 2 balls collided in that manner. If they'd collided it at a little bit of an angle, they would have gone down that line to block the 1 ball.
This game sends you mad. Oh, yeah. Totally mad. Round the bend.
I'm looking for a problem. I don't see one.
Well, we didn't see one when Efren missed Ooh.
Boy, oh boy, he is really playing it tight.
Every shot effectively is easy on a 9-ball pool table. Very rarely do you have to play a difficult shot. It's just the accumulation of easy shots. If you take your foot off the gas, so to speak, mentally relax for a split second.
Well, you see Efren, he just crossed himself because he bobbled that ball. It just barely went down. He struck both faces of that corner pocket to send that ball home. Take a look. Watch the pink. Boom, 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 boom.
I thought it might be because he's exactly on the 5 where he was before.
6 baller going to the corner, Steve. He's going to send the cue ball back across the table. Pick the 7 ball in the same pocket.
He's going to be a break off away from getting through what would be a difficult opening match of this knockout phase here. And I'm sure if we get a chance to talk to him at some stage, he will say how relieved he is to have got through Johnny Archer. But
and just think about this from Archer's perspective. He's made 2 mistakes. He lost the leg, and then he missed a ball. That's it.
well, Mark Williams only made 2 or 3 mistakes and he lost 9-0. It doesn't take many mistakes. It's a bit like a boxing match. 1 mistake and you're on the floor. I only made 1 mistake. It's just when I did have my right guard a bit too low. Well, that's not ideal. That is missable. You don't want to be queuing over a middle pocket. You'll get it, but it's he's a bit frustrated with his position.
Yeah, he's very unhappy with his little lapse there, queuing over a pocket. Oh, he's missed it.
Well, that is a sign of pressure, and he's talked himself into missing that. Wow, what a big moment that is. He's banged at that ball. If he'd have stroked it, it would have gone in along that line. He knew it was a mistake, and at this level, even though that was a very gettable shot, he knows that that's a critical position he's left himself in.
Well, you could see the queuing error. The cue ball was bouncing down the table.
Well, his body was moving on the shot.
Right.
He was already up in the air, panicking
Right.
about getting the ball in, and he knew that was the big shot.
Hold on, please.
He shouldn't have been anywhere near that part of the pocket with the cue ball. And Archer, well, he's been given a dog's chance once again.
Well, he's been sitting in that chair now for 4 racks, almost 5. 1 ball short of 5 racks, and now he's got to come to the table and make a long cut shot. He's made it.
Johnny Archer recovers once again from the brink and gives himself the chance of turning the tables on that man, Efren Reyes. Who's going to win this one? One player has reached this stage of the tournament producing class pool, the other has struggled, and the man that has struggled comes to the table, albeit 7-5 behind, but with the break.
And with momentum. And he's got to feel really good about just having a chance to come to the table. He thought he was done.
The 2 big mistakes so far have been by Efren Reyes, the missed 5 ball and that lack of position on the 9, which caused and forced the error of the 9-ball miss. Are they going to come and haunt Efren Reyes? Oh, he's got a bad kick on
he's gotten a
the
kick
1 there, and it's lost position somewhat on the 1. He's made a ball, so he retains at the table. Has he made a